What's going on, guys? Plastic Beach X3 back here with another One Piece sim video, and this time it's going to be a non-ranked ladder video. It's just going to be some OP09 testing between me and a couple of my friends that we did over the weekend. Of course, Nationals is coming up in January, and in December we're going to get the OP09 set, so I thought I should, play some 09 if I'm going to be going to Nationals, and I don't really have anything else going on in 8.5, so that's kind of why I haven't posted in a minute, like, a week or so. I just, haven't been doing a lot of 8.5. Like, I've been going to locals and stuff and playing, but in terms of, like, really getting into the format, I think I just wanted to wait until 09, and it's probably early enough. So me and my friends started testing, and we're just kind of playing, we're just getting the feel of the format right now. So I decided to go with this RP Luffy list that topped over in the East. Kind of just stole it card for card and wanted to try it out against like the meta decks and also just maybe some off meta decks or something. But yeah, I like it a lot. It's pretty cool. Obviously, we have the Namis into the white, 4 Namis for the Straw Hat package. That searches the Zoro Juro, which is fantastic. The new Nami blocker from the starter decks, the Usohachi from the starter decks. And then, of course, the 2K Sanji, as well as the new 9-drop 10K Luffy that on play you draw a card, and then you get Rush for -1 Dawn. Pretty broken card, all things considered. And then, of course, the 10-drop, the OG, which is just fantastic in the deck. Kind of what the card was made for. And then also in 09, we get the Gum Gum Giant, which is a busted card. Like, what the? This card's nasty. Like, it's just +4, Dawn -2, which whatever you played at the end of the game, plus your RP Luffy. So if, like, you do somehow go back to 9 because of this card, you can only just go back to 10. Or if you go to 8, you can go to 9. And then you, like, discard a card, draw 2, which just, like, fixes the entire problem with this deck, at least. Like, the whole issue with the deck is that you have 3 life and a ton of bricks. It doesn't matter anymore. Very disgusting card. On top of that, we can afford to play the 7-drop, which has always been a busted card in the deck. As well as the 7-drop Ben Beckman. So we have a little Shanks package going on here with the 7-drop Ben Beckman and the Yasop. Kind of just to fill out the curve, and I think that's another big issue with this deck, was that there wasn't a lot of cards on curve that you could play that did something substantial while also not minusing a Dawn to throw you off your late game curves. So the inclusion of the Ben Beckman and the Yasop really help out the deck a lot. Otherwise, you'd be forced to like play Queen or something in minus, or like play Law Blocker in minus. So I really do like these cards, and they're very good cards. Yasop obviously pairs well with our leader to make it a 7K. And then also just gets the random 1000 that can pair with Whitebeard maybe or something. And then Ben Beckman, of course, is a 1K counter, but also trashes a card with 6000 or less on summon. Very good alternative to the kid if they have something that you want to get rid of, like a Sabo blocker or something. So, and then one random miss double finger, I guess, I don't know. Throw out to run off the 2Ks. But yeah, so let's get into some games. They're not ranked, like I said, but they are OP09 meta, so it will be interesting to see. And also, bear in mind that I'm learning the deck with the new cards, and my buddies are also learning their new decks with the Blackbeard and whatnot. So have some grace in terms of plays and stuff. But Blackbeard's going to start out here pretty well. We're going to play with our Nami. We're going to get our Zoro Juro on curve. And they're going to have the Doc Q, which Doc Q is so annoying. It's such a good card because you just have to swing into it, or they will just remove your board every turn, which is super annoying. And by swinging into it, you're giving them a card, so it's just so busted. Like, it's a really, really good card. And like just fits the deck so well because Blackbeard just has a real issue with cards in hand. So the fact that you can have a card like Doc Q and like Van Augur and stuff will allow you to refill your hand pretty good. My opponent's going to activate the Liberation to KO the Zoro Juro to deny us our ramp. But that's fine. It is a little annoying. We just had to play this Bon Clay where we could have double ramped next turn. Otherwise, Now we just have to play the Bon Clay, swing 8, and they'll take it. They're going to play their stage, discard a stage, search a Jesus Burgess, another busted card, in a lot of matchups. They're going to go ahead and play the Jesus, which is fair enough, and then swing 6. We'll take our first life, just to get some more cards in hand. We're going to be able to play our Ben Beckman next turn, which is nice. We can trash the Jesus because Jesus can't be KO'd in battle or by card effects. But we can Ben Beckman it. However, our opponent does utilize their leader's ability and activate the black hole, which will turn off all of our on plays. So we can't actually play the Ben Beckman. Well, we can, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't get rid of the Jesus. So instead, we're just going to go 7. They will counter out of that, which I thought was weird. But fair enough. And then we're just going to play the 7-drop Kid. Can't use the on play, of course, but next turn we will be able to use the effect. They're going to go 6 with the Jesus because they have at least 4 cards in trash. He goes up to a 6 permanent. Oh, we'll skip through this little break we had. Opponent's going to play the 1-drop Searcher, the Lafitte. Big Lafitte guy. Going to search him up a dot Q. However, they are on 6 Dawn, so they can't Van Augur and dot Q, which is nice. So instead, they're just going to play the Van Augur, swing 6. Not much else they can do on this turn. This is an awkward turn, like Dawn turn for Blackbeard, usually. If they don't have, like if you didn't already have the dot Q. And then going to Black Hole, discarding a 10-drop, so obviously has more in hand. So we can safely swing 8 into this Jesus. We probably should have swung with the Bon Clay first, just to get the AK on it, but it's fine. We were swinging into a Luffy anyway with it. And then we're going to go 7 at life after using our Kid's ability to give our leader 1,000 until the end of the opponent's turn. Obviously, we couldn't use the Whitebeard's ability, but we went ahead and played it anyway. We're going to hold up a bluff, 1 Dawn, Gum Gum Giant. And that's another thing about Gum Gum Giant that I don't think a lot of people consider is that the bluff value with that card is absurd. They're just going to play their Teach, use the ability, stun our Captain Kid, and then nullify our leader for the turn. That's fine. We're just going to go 7. It is very annoying. I mean, it's a broken card. It's so annoying. Blackbeard has so many broken cards. It's unreal. They are going to take the block on the 7. So I'm thinking here I'm just going to swing into the Blackbeard blocker. But I also want to play something. But I don't have anything low enough to play that like makes it worth it. They only have 3 cards in hand. So I think probably going 14 into it would be good enough. And then I can still play my Yasop. Obviously, if I was going to do this, I should have went Yasop first to give my leader the 1,000 before I swing. But he blocked, so, you know, warranted a pivot. So we are just going to play the Yasop and put our leader to 7. We are like dead on board if they can swing perfectly, which I don't think is possible with 3 2Ks and a 7K leader. They're going to utilize the stage, discard the Shiru, search for the Van Augur, which doesn't do anything. They can like Van Augur.Q the Kid, but that doesn't do much for them in the moment. I'm not even sure if they have the dot Q in the hand still. They're just gonna swing 14 in our Whitebeard, and yeah, I mean, not saving that. They do have Van Augur, so that's fair enough. And then swing 6 into our 7K leader. I can't remember exactly why I 2K'd there. I think I needed to for some reason. Like he messed up or something, and I should have 1 less card in here. I'm not exactly sure why I 2K'd, but if that was wrong, then we just have another 2K in hand. We're gonna play the Nami. Our only worthwhile target is Gum Gum Giant. He didn't black hole us, so we can play the Ben Beckman and trash the Van Augur, and deny a draw. think is what we end up doing. Hold up the Gum Giant. I don't remember exactly why I discarded the TK. I'm sure there was a reason why. Gonna go 6 into life, and then a 7 into life, and then just play the so set up a kill next turn, and then play the Ben Beckman, deny the draw off the Jesus Burgess. They don't have another minus card in hand, so they're just gonna dot Q the Nami, swing 6 with the Van Augur, give them the 2K. With Teach into Yasop, which is probably fine, and then they're just gonna play another Blackbeard, which is super annoying, and stun the Beckman, black hole my leader, go down to 1 card in hand, so my leader can attack, but that's about it. So I decided that it's just not worth. Like I'm gonna have 3 extra Dawn open this turn, but like, what's the difference between swinging 6 and 9? I might as well try and get a card out of hand if they don't want to take the block, but they obviously always going to take the block. I guess I could have got him with like 10 drop Luffy or something, but I'm just going to play Sanji to be a blocker, and then they're going to Van Augur Black Hole it, or Liberation or whatever. Then they can go 10, 12, 13. And we gotta see if we can get out of this 13 with what's in our hand. We could have got out of the 12, but then he just leaves the Teach up and we lose. Unless we search a 9-drop Luffy off of our Nami, and even then they just have to counter out of the 6. So we pretty much had to take that and hope for good draws off of our Gum, and we don't get there. So we only can get to 13, and we can't get to, if we just draw 1K off of that, obviously we win. But you know, it is what it is. We'll go into the next game here. Actually, let me pause, see what's going on here. Okay, yeah, it's a good game. I had to make sure it wasn't a game where like we messed up or something and had to quit. All right. So I'm gonna choose first. I have a pretty decent hand. I have the Nami with the 9-drop, with the 4-drop Bon Clay to ramp, and the Gum Giant. Questionable pick off the Nami, I have to say. I'm not sure how good Luffy is, but maybe it gets us there in the very end if like if they literally cannot afford to black hole us. But since it isn't on play, it obviously is black holeable. We're just gonna swing 9. Don't have really anything else to do. Don't want to tap the Nami so that we can swing into the Lafitte for free next turn. Assuming they don't have the dot Q. They don't get it, so that's nice. Oh, they do get it. Okay. They don't play it, which I think would have been better personally. I would have probably played the dot Q. And like just kill the Nami so that I have to like choose between swinging into dot Q and Lafitte next turn, and you get to save one of them at the very least. But fair enough. I'm just gonna swing 3 into the Lafitte, 6 into life, and play the blocker Nami. Pass turn. I believe the missed double finger isn't on play, so like there's a lot of things in this deck I was learning as I was playing this matchup that like you can just switch over, and it would be like extremely nice to like have those certain cards for Blackbeard. Like I feel like you don't necessarily need the missed double finger. You could play something different that like has a when attacking effect or something, or an activate main, and it just like wouldn't be completely dead against Blackbeard. Whatever. We have an awful turn here. We can only just, they didn't black hole us, so we're going to take advantage of that, play the Bon Clay, and then like have nothing to play else, so might as well play the Nami. See what we get. All we get is another Gum Gum Giant, so we're just going to hold up Dawn and kill the Doc Q. They can only play their Laboon into the Liberation, which is fine. Actually, I don't know if it was, I think it was the other card, the Gatling or whatever. Not Gatling, what is it called? The jet pistol, the finger pistol. That's what it is, finger pistol. And then they black hole us. They have tons of cards in hand, so they can definitely afford it after establishing a Laboon, which is very good, especially since we just can't remove it ever, unless they tap it. Of course, they can like use it to kill whatever we play. So we just play the biggest thing that we possibly can, even though obviously it does not have an effect this turn. We're gonna play it anyway, simply because like hopefully they don't have enough to kill it with like Laboon, Van Augur or something. Like Laboon would get it down to 6, Van Augur would get it down to 3, and there's like they could play Liberation or something, which would definitely kill it. So we just try to do like at the biggest card possible, get it out there. They, funny enough, just can't kill it. They don't have the Van Augur or a second Laboon, which is nice. So they just play the Blackbeard. They're going to freeze the 10-drop Luffy and black hole our leader. We're just going to swing 6, see what they do with that. They should just take the block every time, especially since they block hole us, and they do. So we're just going to establish a 9 beard. No effect, of course. They will have the Van Augur finally. They're going to minus our Luffy with the Van Augur and the Laboon. And then, like I said, they're going to Liberation, swing 6 into 6, give them the 2K, see if they swing 12. They definitely can. Yeah, they will. We'll just get another 9 beard, and then they don't black hole us, which is very nice. I think he said that he just doesn't think that he can afford to right now, going down to 2 cards with the tapped Blackbeard, because I could just swing right into it. But we are just going to you know, play our Luffy, clear board. So they do go back up to 6 cards, which is super bad, but it is what it is. We gotta hope they can't kill us. They're gonna go. It is also just a really bad matchup for RP Luffy, I feel like, because every card in your deck is on play. And also, like, I maybe would have just unplayed or used my teach ability in last turn if I was to teach, even though you are going down to 2 cards. Like I said, we're still testing, so. They are going to black hole again, so after just playing another 10-drop teach, so they stun our Whitebeard, so we can only swing with leader Luffy. So we're going to go 7 at life, just so they can't just 2k out of it, and then save the block for the Luffy, so they will take the block there, and then we're going to go 10 at life, and they take that. And then we're just going to play the Sanji, hold up 3 Gum Gum Giants. Hopefully, you know, our bluffs earlier in the game have paid off by now, and we can bluff out, or like make them think that we're bluffing it or something. And if they go for game, we might win. That's, I feel like, kind of just how the Blackbeard matchup goes. It's like you just got to get kind of lucky a lot of times. They're going to go 6 into life, give them a 1k after killing our blocker with the Van Augur Liberation. Then they're going to go 12. We'll Gum Gum Giant, go up to 10, draw 2. Go 2k, 1k, and then another 12. So we will just Gum Gum Giant again, discard, 2k, 1k, and win the game. So we'll go into the next game here against a different leader. So that was against Blackbeard, a really bad matchup for the deck. But I think the deck does have a lot of good matchups. This is not, I don't know how this matchup goes. Pretty off meta strategies, the Nico Robin, the new purple yellow Nico Robin. But I mean, it is cool. It's very cool. But worth looking at the very least at the start of the meta. You can afford, you know, to spend time playing around with these off meta leaders just to see what's out there and like know how to play against it if you ever do it in, like, you know, first couple rounds of a regional or something. It's just nice to know that you have played the leader against the leader or as the leader early in the meta, so you at least know what the cards do and stuff. and you can be prepared. So that's kind of what's going on here. So they are just going to go banish twice. They get both of them. We kind of have to just take the first one always, I feel like, against the leader, because if you don't know, this deck does run that 6-drop Robin that says if your opponent has 3 or more life, trash their life. So, like, I definitely don't want that card to hit me, so I might as well take the first one. Go down to 2 life for the rest of the game. We'll take another one, though, because they swung 11. I'm not countering out of 11. And then we're going to go 7. We're going to ramp with our Zoro Zero, play the 7-drop kid, use the ability, and then we can swing 7 on life with our leader. They take it. They're going to hit their 2K counter, the Olivia's effect. The trigger is Graceful Charity. Draw 3, trash 2. Pretty busted. They're going to go 6 into our Zoro Zero. We just let that die. And then they're going to play 8-drop Katakuri, put the Captain Kid in our life. We will go to 8 Dawn, so we're going to use our ability, go to 9. Looks like this is just a 9-drop Luffy play. You know, play it, replace itself, and swing 10. I mean, it's pretty good. So we're going to do that. They're going to go 8 at life. We'll take that. And then they're just going to not swing, hold up a Dawn. So obviously we've already seen the Rayquaza. So we're thinking that's in there. It could be, you know, a myriad of different things because I don't really know any Robin lists off the top of my head. So this is a little weird play for us. We kind of want to hold off maybe 1 or 2 more turns before we commit to the 10-drop Luffy, get him down another life so that we can secure game with it. So instead we're just going to play the 7-drop Dawn minus to give our leader a +1, and then we're going to swing 8 into life thinking that it's the Rayquaza because that's what we've seen. It wasn't. It was Gum Gum Giant, so they get the perfect counter, draw 2 cards. It's nice for them. And then they're going to swing 10, and we hit a Brûlé blocker out of life, which is very annoying, especially since we have the 10-drop in hand. That's annoying. So we do get to hold up both of our Gum Gum Giants, though, this turn. Even though in hindsight, probably not playing both ever in a turn. In this, at least in this board state. Maybe in a state where we're like, we have to live or we die. But in this board state, we probably just are ever gonna spend it. So I guess they do have 3 big swings, like decent sized swings. And we only have 1 life, so they're gonna go 9 to 7. We will get Giant here. I keep wanting to say Gavel, but it's not Gavel, it's Giant. We will Giant, and then we just can't afford a Giant again, or we won't be able to Luffy next turn. So we just have to nat counter out of that, and then they have the 9 with the Yamato, so they keep going to life. Fair enough. We got to give them another 2K, 1K. They're gonna play another Brûlé and hold up 2 Dawn this time, so 2 more Giant Gavel or Giants. So there's just 0 possible way we can go for a game here. So we just kind of have to hope they can't kill us through the White Beard and Kid effect, plus the Giant Gavel or the Giant. And hopefully we just win. So we're gonna play the White Beard, go plus 2,000, swing 8 with our Kid. They're gonna counter out of it, I believe, and then use the effect, make our leader go to 9K for the opponent's turn. We'll swing 9 with it. They'll block. We'll swing 10. They'll block, and then now it's their turn. We have a 9K leader with the Giant in our hand with the Nami. So we could definitely die. Like 100%, we just maybe die. Especially since there's a brick in our life. But it really just matters what we draw off the Giant here in this spot. And their swings. They're going to go 13 to start, and I think we just have to take the counter off of this and see what we draw. We draw 2 1Ks, which just gets us there. So they can only swing 9, 10, and that'll get us there. So they have to go 8 into the Kid now. We'll just 1K, 10 into the Kid, we'll let it die. They get to hold up their Giant Gavel, but we do have the 10-drop Luffy, so we're just going to go 10, 10. Hit a Brûlé, which is disgusting. And then we play the 10 drop Luffy, and since we had to use our leader ability in order to play it, we can't get a 7 swing off here, and then we can only swing 8 instead of 9 on the next turn. So we just go 7, 8, and they have to block on the 8 because they only have a 3k counter in hand. And we win because of the 10 drop Luffy. Even though that game was almost unwinnable at one point in time, we still got there because of 10 drop Luffy. So but yeah, I mean, also very lucky on our part. But they had a lot of brulees, so we'll just go into another game against the Nico Robin here. I think this is only 2 games that we have with Nico Robin. Going first, hand's not the best, so we just have to swing 9 into life. They're probably going to end up swinging 9 into life as well. They hit a Bonnie, so they get to draw 2 trash 1. They're going to trash the Rayquaza help. Like I said, they're probably going to go 9 into life and get the banish off, which will work. Once again, I'm not trying to get 6 dropped Robin. So we're just going to take that. Hit a Bon Clay, which is nice, but I think we're going to play, yeah, we just play this Yas up instead. Which is questionable. Now that I think about it, probably should have just played the Bon Clay. Definitely should have played the Bon Clay. Because then I could have 9 drop next turn. But you live and you learn. We have a 7k leader at the very least. But they're just going to swing 11 and we have to take it. So yeah, 100% should have just played the Bon Clay, but we're going to play it here. Don't have another 4 drop. So yeah, just super mid. Should have played it last turn and get to play the Whitebeard this turn, but regardless, we're gonna swing 7 into life with the Yasop. Use our leader ability. We can swing 9 into life and then pass turn. See what they get off this trigger. I think they hit the Nico Robin or the Nico Olivia. Draw 3, trash 2, pass turn. They're gonna play Yamato and pass, hold up a giant, which is fair. They're gonna swing. We're gonna swing 6. They will counter, and then we're gonna play our Whitebeard, swing 8, and they get perfect giant value. But then we get to swing a 9 with our Bon Clay. So now he's pretty much a blocker as well. They do hit. I believe that was Nico Robin, or sorry, Nami, Egghead Nami. So they just do discard this Brule to kill the Bon Clay. But now they're at 1 life, which is nice. We are also at 1 life, but there's probably 0 possible way we ever die in this spot. And then we just probably kill them next turn with the 10 drop Luffy. If they can't put up any blockers or gain a life or something. They're gonna go 9 to 6. We could giant. We do. Discard the queen. Draw 2 cards. Go +4. You might as well, I guess. They're gonna play ace, gain a life, and then we're going to counter because I think I'm just gonna play the 10 drop. I don't think I have any more chances to live this game, so I kind of just need to kill them now. So we're gonna go 6-10. We'll take the 10, no trigger, thank God, and then we still get to use our Luffy ability and then our 10 drop ability. Swing 7, they'll counter, pass turn. Now we can swing 10 and 12, and if it's a beige, we lose. But it's not a beige, so we win. Nice. So we'll go into the next game. All right, so we have a few games here against Shanks as the RP Luffy. I think Shanks is like a pretty good matchup for RP Luffy. You know, if we're talking like, I don't know. It's interesting to see how the meta is gonna shape up because I feel like Shanks is such a good deck, but it's just not performing as well as I thought it would in the East because of, I think, Blackbeard. I don't know if Blackbeard's a good matchup or not, but I don't know why Shanks doesn't do better than it does, because I feel like it's really good, like really, really good. But RP Luffy seems to get a good anti-meta pick if there's a lot of Shanks running around next format. So we're going to swing 5 with our Zoro, make him use his leader ability. And then we're going to swing 6 with our leader, and they will 2k counter. Then we're just going to swing 7 with Nami, and they take the block with the Lucky Roo to kill the Zoro. I guess that's fair enough. They're going to play the Yasop, go up to 7. And then swing, we'll take it, take our first life, and then we get to play this 9-drop Luffy, swing 6 to 6. Obviously, they use their leader ability, but then we get to get a clean 10 into 6 off with the Rush Luffy. They're going to play Rayleigh to kill the Nami, but they do minus 3,000 to the 10k Luffy. And then swing 6 into 6, we'll give them a 1k Zoro. Now, yeah, obviously we just play Whitebeard. I always feel like if you have a choice between playing Luffy or Whitebeard first, you always just play the Luffy first, so that you can, you know, have it to swing with while also sticking a Whitebeard and going up to 8k. Seems pretty good. They're going to play their 10-drop Shanks and then swing into the Luffy, which I think is a big misplay. They definitely should have just swung into life, went 8-12 life. Because obviously I can just free counter that with the Gum Giant. So I'm going to swing 6. Also, like, obviously my leader has an inherent advantage over their leader because I'm a 6k leader. So, like, their leader effect doesn't get a free, you know, 1k counter every turn like it does against a lot of decks. It kind of just goes even. They do have a second, we're going to play a second 9-drop. They do have their second Shanks. So everything is minus 2,000 right now. They're going to go 12 into 8, and because I can perfectly counter out of both, I'm just going to counter out of both, and then win next turn. Even if I didn't do that, I probably win because of the 10 drop. You know, like 10, 10, 7, 10, 12 probably gets there through 2 life, and no blockers, 5 cards in hand. But since I had the perfect counter to counter out of these 2 12s, and he can't swing with his leader because my leader is 6 and there's nothing else that's, you know, 5 on the board, I just thought, you know, might as well save it. I mean, the game's over, so yeah. Otherwise, like in any other game state, I just let that go for sure, like any day of the week. It was just in this specific game state, might as well save it because I have perfect counter to get out of both 12s, and like I'm gonna win with the 10 drop regardless. So we'll go into the second Shanks game here. They're going to go first this time, which throws us off our curve a little bit. They're going to play Uta and search a Lime Juice 2k counter. We're going to play our Nami and absolutely whiff, so that sucks. They're going to go and play the Searcher event. They're going to find the Ben Beckman and then hard play a Building Snake. We're going to go 7 at life. They're going to use leader ability and 2k. Then we're going to just play the Zoro. Hopefully they can't kill it, which I don't think there's anything in their deck that does. Yeah, they're just going to go 6 with their Shanks. After playing a Yasop, we're going to go 4 into life. And then gain a Dawn, and then go 7 into 6 with our 7 drop. Or, you know, play the 7 drop, and then leader or boost our leader. And go 7 into 6. They're going to use their leader ability. And decide if they want to take this or not. Might as well use the leader ability first of all. But decide if they want to take it. They do. They give up a 2k counter, which is interesting. Yeah, Money seems to think that like you want to stay high life with Shanks as long as possible, which is very well maybe true. But I personally would probably be taking like the first couple. Yeah, we're just gonna play the 9 drop, swing 6, they'll counter, play the 9 drop, draw a card, swing with it, and now we can safely play our 9 drop Whitebeard next turn and feel pretty good about it. They're gonna play another another Yasop, boost leader by 1,000, put it on under Yasop. Okay, I think what's going on here. I think Money realized he probably should have put the Don under something else. So they're gonna go 7 into 6. We'll give it a 2K. Eight into 6, we'll take it. And then 8 into 6, we will 2K 1K. So maybe I was wrong. All right. So we're just gonna play the 9-drop Whitebeard. Hold up a giant gavel. Try to kill this Yasop. They have barely any cards in hand, so we can also kill this Ben Beckman probably. No, they're gonna leader ability and give up a 0-drop event. Thinking they can kill us next turn, but yeah, if you just play the Shanks, you're definitely not gonna kill us. They can only go 12 into 8, and we'll take it. So they're gonna try and kill us next turn, which is fair enough. They do have 4 life. We cannot kill them, but we do get to play this Nami. Discard that dead 7-drop and draw 2 more dead cards, which is annoying, but we do get to go 6 at life here. And then play the Queen after everything is said and done attacking. We're going to take the 6. We'll go 9 into life. 9 into life. Play the Queen. Queen effect. Draw 2. Discard 1. And we still get to hold up 1 for the giant ability. We actually could have held up 2 with our leader ability. Which definitely should have, but for our purposes we only have 1 in hand anyway. But you know, if we do draw 1, they're gonna play Rayleigh and just kill the Nami, which is fair, but I'm not sure you can kill me with just those swings. So we're gonna go 7, 2K. Yeah, just 2K and then 1K and then block, or just let the Luffy go. Yeah, so they pivoted to board, which is, you know, the better play for sure. Because now I have a 7K Whitebeard to try and kill you with. But unfortunately, we do just have the 10 drop, so it's always gonna get there through 1 life. Yep. Alright, going into the next game. This is actually the last game of the vid, and it's another game against Shanks, so see how this plays out. Like I said, I want to play more different decks. I have some other games here of different leaders, maybe playing different leaders, or my buddies playing different leaders, so yeah. We'll keep this going. I want to post more. I just been really kind of busy lately. So we're gonna play the Bon Clay. Go up to 6 Dawn. Swing 8 with our leader. They will use their leader ability. They took the first one, which I think is good. They actually, I think they switched up lists because now they're on the Ace and the Rayleigh. Unfortunately, do not have a target for the Rayleigh, but and like we are a 6K leader, so it's not that good. But they do. Okay, never mind. They do get the leader ability and block free, which is nice. But we do just you know, ramp up to 9 and then play the Luffy. Draw a card, swing 10 into 6. Rayleigh dies. Now they're gonna go 6 at life. We'll give him a Zora Zero and then play Beckman to kill the Bon Clay, which is fine because we you know, just play another 10 drop, use the ability, draw a giant, which is nasty. Use our leader ability, swing 7, 10, 10. They counter out of the 7, but they have to take both 10s. And we're holding up the giant, which is disgusting. And we have a 10 drop in hand to seal the deal. They're just going to play 10 drop Shanks, not much else they can do. Swing 10 into 9, and of course we will just gavel. Giant, because it's perfect counter. feel pretty safe, so we're just gonna play the 9 beard, and they are at 2 life with a ton of cards in hand, so there really is no guarantee with that Shanks on the field, and Shanks leader ability that we could get there, because that represents, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. The 10 drop Shanks represents 3k worth of counter with the leader ability of another 1k. So not sure we could get there, so we just play the white beard. I don't think we're dead anytime soon anyway, so yeah, there's nothing they could do. Yeah, so that was the end of it. There's nothing they can do through that. They could have went super hard at life, but once again, I think I just get there with the 10 drop, like if I don't die, which I shouldn't. See, this deck's pretty cool. I'm not gonna say it's the best deck ever. It does really have a really hard matchup into Blackbeard. I think there's some cards that you can switch around in here that would be better for that matchup specifically. But you know, a large majority of your cards are on play cards, and if Blackbeard just like sees its curve, keeps you off your Nami with the .Q so they can just keep getting cards in hand, and like just like limit you to one body so that whenever they start teaching you can't swing ever, it's pretty good. Otherwise, I think the deck has a pretty nice spread. I just really think it's going to depend on how good Blackbeard is going to be, which I think is a big question on a lot of people's mind going into the format, because of the, you know, prominence of Shanks and stuff. I think Shanks is an okay match. I'm not sure, honestly. I'll have to test it more. But yeah, pretty cool deck. It seems like it would be good into a lot of things. Well, obviously didn't test against Lucci, but it seems pretty good into Lucci with the big ramps and the just playing big bodies all the time, and the 10 drop and stuff, and the 9 drop rush for that matter. Seems pretty good into seems better than it used to be into Bonnie. I'm not gonna say it seems like broken into Bonnie or anything, but it seems better than it was for sure. But yeah, deserves more testing. Either way, GG to all those guys. Make sure to subscribe to Plastic Beach X3 for more One Piece videos, and peace out.